Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about Node and Express. Does anyone know what Node is? I mean, Florian, you mentioned it a bit before.
Backend framework thing.
You got the first one right, not the second. Yeah. So Node, it's basically for the backend. So you can execute JavaScript, this code on the server side, exactly. And what else?
Connected to the front end as well, I guess. Not exciting, actually expresses it.
Yeah, okay. I'll explain Express in a bit, but for now, let's talk about Node. So, if I go to this, so with Node, like you said, you can execute JavaScript on the server side. So, what exactly is a server?
Machine that is holding the resources.
Pardon?
A machine that is holding the resources.
What do you mean by machine? You mean like a
Like
remote?
a computer.
Yeah, remote computer.
A remote computer,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much. That
Yeah.
we can fetch.
Okay. So I'm guessing most of you have finished the conflicts, like must have almost finished. So basically that's all front. So from task 1 to 17, that's all front end. So once you reach to 18, that's when you do the back end. So basically all of your stuff are in the local computer, like all your pictures. So what happens when you have like hundreds of these movies covers? You can't really, you don't want to put it in your local computer, do you? You want to exactly, well, you need a database. And to connect to the database, you need a server. So once you have hundreds of thousands, you can't handle it in one computer. it will just, exactly, yeah, it's just too much, yeah. So therefore, we will talk about database in a few weeks' time. So it's called MongoDB. So I will cover that later on in future workshops. So let me create a new file called app.js. So this will be used for backend stuff. Now, with Node, I can, same thing with when you type any JavaScript code, I can do the same thing here. So let's just say I want to print out a message. So console.log, what should I say, Florian?
Welcome to the backend.
Okay, welcome to the backend. Ooh, not band end. Bigger, yeah? Sure, no problem. PC now? Yeah, cool. So welcome to the bend, not bend, backend. Right, does anyone know how I can execute this code? Anyone? So basically all I need to do is type in node and then the file name. What's the file name? App.js. Welcome to the backend. Let's do another one. I want to show you another console function or method called console.error. Let's just say, oops. Sorry?
File not found.
Yeah, file not found. Okay. File not found. So, in order to execute this code again, I need to type in node app.js again. So yeah, oops, file not found. So you get the concept, right? So it's very similar to what you do with your code challenges. Yeah. So that's Node.js. Let's do another one. Console.dir. Does anyone know what this is? No. Console.dir is mainly for inspecting objects. So it's a very useful method actually. Let me show you. So let's just say whose name shall I use? Paulina. Paulina, and give me a property name. Julia, give me a property name. Matt? Gender, yep. Gender. Male or male? Female. All right, in order to execute again, I just type in node app.js. And here we go. So with console.log, it will print out a message. Console.error is very useful when you want to print out an error message just for testing purposes. And for console.dir is to inspect objects. So it's a very another useful technique. Now you know what this is. Let's play around with the terminal. Does anyone know how I can do that? What I need to do is type in Node. So with Node, so if I type in Node in the terminal, I can do the same thing as what I did before. So if I do 1 plus 3 is 4, 5 plus 5 is 10, blah, blah, blah. And I can even declare a variable. So name, let's see, Julia. Oh, let me put in let's. Obviously undefined because I haven't printed it out yet. Okay, Julia. Pardon?
Node, just Node.
Just Node, yeah. So yeah. So with Node, so basically, as soon as you type in Node, let me start again. So as soon, don't worry. Let me print one. So as soon as I type in Node, I'm in the Node environment, so I can do whatever I want. So I can do Vince plus yes, Vince man. So yeah, I can play around with the terminal interactively. Yeah. Any more questions with Node? All right. So now let's move on. So I can even create a function here. What shall I print? I don't know. Print name. So name here. Let's create. I don't know. Name equals Vince, and then console.log name. So let me invoke this function. Print name. Actually, you know what? Let's print name here. Pardon? Actually, let's do this one. So hold on, let me see. Sorry, I don't get your question. Hold on. What did you say?
So we have before const name equals Vince.
Mm-hmm.
And then outside the function, print name and calling it with an Vince.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so let's do this instead. Let's do it instead. Yeah. So if I type in Node, if I type in app.js, yep, then I have my name Vince here. Yeah. So the point is I can create a function as well. Yeah. Right. Any more questions here? Any more questions? Okay. Cool. So let's start the introduction to Node. So like I said, you can execute JavaScript on the server side. So let me introduce you to. Do you know what npm is?
So package management?
Yeah, package management. So why do we need a package manager?
Because you have multiple
A lot, isn't it?
libraries.
Yeah, a lot of not just libraries. So you have frameworks as well. So let's call. So we call them either packages or modules. So yeah, mainly modules. So if we have a look here, hi Sumi. So if we have a look here, we don't have a lot. I don't have a lot of modules here, but there are like Florence. So there's at least 150,000 of packages. Hi Sumi, you alright? Oh, go on. Yeah.
Thank you.
So if I go to npm, so there are a lot. So if you ever want to find something, say for example, I want to. So we will talk about Express in a bit, but if I want to search up a module called Express, I can always have a look here and see which one I can use to use Express. So you'll provide me the instructions. You will also provide me instructions on how to install Express. So here we have npm install. So we have npm install. So let's install it. Might take a while. Shouldn't take a while. Shouldn't take too long.
The difference between NPM and Yarn?
Yeah, MP. I think it's the same thing, isn't it? Just different. Just different developers who created it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's installed. So here we have this. Does anyone know what this means?
Version.
Yeah, version. Yeah. So what's it called?
Express 4.
Express 4. What does that mean? The first number.
It's the master version.
It's the major release.
Major release.
Yeah, major version. What about the second?
It's like
Minor. Yeah, exactly. And the last one?
It's the last one.
Patch.
Oh,
Patch. Yeah. So with the major release, it means that if someone releases a new version of of Python, from Python 1, they release another version of Python 2, you might not be able to. You might need to install it separately. Yeah. So once you release a new version, you have to install Python 3. You can't, in order to start your project.
yeah.
With the minor release, some developers will release a new minor because of new functionalities, new methods for Express. There's another method that it added to the framework, that kind of thing. And for patch, it's mainly for bug fixes. Mm-hmm. So are we clear on that one? Yeah. What does this mean? This hat looking thing. It's called a carrot. Literally a carrot. Yeah. So it means that
Developing.
yeah. So basically, once you type in hat, it will basically ask React or ask npm. Ask npm to say, oh, can you update to the latest minor version? Yeah. So that's hat. So for example, if I look at, I don't know.
Pretty much it's asking an upgrade.
So yeah. So basically, it will say, oh, can you install the minor version from 17 to to 20, but not to 5.17. 5. So it can't be 5. It has to be less than 4. Well, it has to be So it can't go over 4 basically.
Right, not the major one.
Exactly. So what if I do something like this? It's called a tilde. So can you make a wild guess what that is?
From 4 up,
Pardon?
like from the version 4 up.
Go down a bit.
Down.
No.
Up to
Next one. Let me give you a clue.
1.
No. What's that? What's the third one? What's the third digit represents?
Right.
Go to the first batch.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I'm asking npm to update to the latest patch. So it has to be not over 17 though. It can be 17 point. Sorry, not over 18. Sorry. So it can be 17.2, 17.3, all up to 17.9, but not 18 basically. Yeah. So are we clear on that bit? Right. So basically, I taught you how to install using npm. How do I uninstall it? I did show you, Julia. Do you remember?
Uninstall.
Exactly. So if I want to uninstall Express, what did I type?
Uninstall. Express.
Exactly. So in general, we do need Express, but I'm just showing you just for the sake of it. Yes, cool. Right. So I'm pretty sure you guys must have pushed your Codeflix project to GitHub already.
Yeah.
So what will happen to the Node modules? So if I go to my GitHub account, do you know? So what will happen once you push? Pardon? Minify what? The Node modules? No, you won't. Come on, carry on. I do like your answer sometimes, most of the time. Go on.
They kind of hash it a little bit.
Mm,
They move it completely.
Huh?
You have to shoot a hole.
No.
It ignores it.
Oh, see from why is that? Why is that from?
Because the server side is not.
It ignores it.
Hmm?
It ignores it.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because it gets ignored.
Yeah. See.
Getting
She
more
got it. She got it.
files.
Exactly. So where's git ignore? Oh, was right here, but but so by default, when you create your React project, like using create React app, so this git ignore file will be created by default. That's what Facebook did anyway. So here I have under dependencies, it says /node modules. So it's basically telling git ignore to ignore the node modules folder. Yeah. So once it's pushed to once it's pushed to GitHub, it will not be there. So if I go to my CodeFlix project, if I do this instead, download zip. Might take a while. There we go. All right, where is it? There we go. So if I open it, now, well, so obviously, as you can see in the package.js, I have all of these dependencies, all these packages basically. So how do I install all of these again? Install exactly. Might take a while again. So every time you want to, clone your project, you always have to do this. Yeah, that's the reality.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts, no. So it might take a while, but anyway. Right, so I taught you how to install, uninstall. What's the other one that I want to know? So basically, but because I haven't touched my project for 17 days, developers might have made some new updates, for bug fixes, for adding new functionalities, etc., etc.
Status?
Pardon?
Git status?
No.
Just
No,
status?
it's npm now. So if I want to check if I want to check that if I'm if any of my packages are out of date, I want to type in npm outdated. So here I have a list of packages, and yeah, so I did, and it's asking me to update these packages. So how do I update everything to the latest version? Well, I just type in npm update. Right. So let me check. Let me see if everything's been updated. Okay. Right. Yeah. Ignore React scripts. It says it wanted 3.0.1, maybe because the latest version is not been fixed yet. So it's asking you to stick with the older version. So that could be the case, maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Any more questions about npm install, uninstall, update? Yeah. Are you all clear on that? Cool. Right. Let's move on. Now back to Floren's subject. Express. What is Express, Soren?
Middleware.
Pardon?
It's some kind of middleware between front end and back end.
Okay. So basically, Express is a framework. So obviously, I can use Node to connect us to, to connect to the server and all that, to do all the backend stuff. But why would you want to spend all those hours of writing thousands of code of lines where you can just use the Express framework to do something that requires a few lines of code? So that's what it's about. So it's very similar to React, like with JSX and all that, and JavaScript. So with JavaScript, you can do what you can do very similar things with React, but React gives you an easier way of combining your HTML and JavaScript together, right? So very similar concepts. So with Express, it's very famous for something called URL mapping. So URL mapping. So creating a path. Yeah. So are you guys familiar with HTTP?
Yeah.
Like the client and server.
Yeah.
So in order to,
Yeah, something like that.
exactly. So what's the client?
Yeah.
What's the client?
The client is the computer that is requesting the page.
So what's that, for example?
But me requesting for the
From the browser, right?
yeah, from the
Yeah.
browser.
So for example, here's the browser, and I want to request a particular URL, like I don't know. So just type in so hello.com, that kind of thing. That's a request from the browser to the server, which is Node. Yeah. So from the browser, once I send a request to the server, which is Node will send a response. So for example, sending you the response of the content. Yeah. So let me show you guys. So now let me get rid of everything here. So does anyone know how I can import Express?
You can install it as well, or you can import it.
Yeah. So first of all, because I uninstalled it, didn't I? Because I've uninstalled it. Let me install it again. So npm express.
Install Express?
Yeah, because I installed it just to demonstrate how to do it. So it won't take long. Right, so it's installed. So let's check package.json. Yep, I got it here. So that's brilliant. Now, how do I import it? No. So, in order to import, or let's just say import for now, I had to type in, I just declare a variable, let's just call it express, just to let you guys understand it better. And I need to use a function called require, or a statement. And inside, I have to pass in express. See? So that's how you import express. Just to let Node know that, okay, I'm introducing a friend here. I want to use this friend for, to make my life easier for, to do the back-end stuff. Now,
Do it on every page, or do you do it on the
just this
main app page?
main app, yeah, just the main app.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the map, yeah, just the main app, yeah. Now, how do I use it? How do I create how do I create our very first Express server? So we need to call it. So let's declare a variable called app. And I want to call it Express. There we go. This is how you can start using Express to create your very first server. Right, so here I have imported it, Express, using require Express. However, in order to actually create a server, Express server, you need to call it. So by typing Express. So app will be your main server, or will you be your main Express server, whether you want to request something. Yeah, any questions?
So what's the server we have at the
Hub.
moment? Node or Express?
So basically, I'm using Express under the Node environment. So Node.js is basically an environment to execute JavaScript code on the server side. And now I'm introducing Express because it's a framework that will help you.
That's pretty much Express is the interface between the node as a server and the front end, from what I understand, right?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Does it make sense? So Node.js is an environment to execute JavaScript code. And I'm introducing Express because I wanted to use it as a framework, yeah, to do the backend, to create my server. Does it make sense?
So
Like, although
Express is used to create a server.
Yeah.
And Node is an environment for
exactly,
servers.
it's for the backend,
Okay.
on the server side. Right. So now I need to know whether Express is connected or not, whether the server is starting or not. So I need to type in something I need to use a method called listen. Yeah. So now I want to let Express know which port should I use. So you must be familiar with 3000, right? So I'm going to create a port for the development server. So it's 3000. Actually, you know what? Let's do this as well. So and also so 3000 is basically the port, and then that's the first parameter. And the second parameter is a callback function. So I'm basically I want to get like a message saying, oh, it's actually the server is connected. So I need to type in console.log app is running on port 3000, not 2000, 3000. So that's how you do it. So let's have a look if it works or not. So node app.js. See? So basically saying, oh, it's connected to port 3000. And here we go. We have our very first server. That's how you do it. Now let's check if this actually works. So if I go to localhost 3000, oh, I'm getting this message. Why is that? Cannot get. Right. This is good and bad. Good thing is it means that it's connected. Bad thing is I'm basically not requesting anything. That's why. So I'm not telling Express to exactly. So in order to get rid of that message, I need to do a get request. So how do I do that? Do you know?
App.get.
Ooh, good guess. App.get, exactly. Now, with the get, with this, there are two parameters. First is the URL that you want to provide, and the second is the two objects that is required. So let me provide a link to it. Does anyone not know what this is? So first, it's a location parameter. Exactly, that's the root, isn't it? So basically, home page. So basically, I'm saying, oh, I want to do a GET request, but how does Node or Express respond to? So basically, Express will respond you to a certain URL and giving you a certain content. So let me demonstrate for you. So I have so the first parameter is the location parameter. Second is a callback function. Now, within this callback function, does anyone know what it is? So it's called request. Oh, sorry, no, it's not string. Sorry, request and response. Yeah. So I'm requesting something from the client to the server, but I want the server to respond me something in return. So now I want the server to respond to me something. So I use response dot can you give a good guess? How do I send something back? What method should I use?
Send.
Exactly, send. Right, Sumi, what kind of message what kind of message shall we send? Pardon? Happy. Yeah, rabbit. No, give me something else. I say hello. Hello, Sumi. Not Sumu. Sumi. Right. So let's restart this. Let's restart this router. So to basically restart this server, I need to click on Control C to make it whenever you want to make a change. Yeah. Now let's see if it works. So let's try. Hello, Sumi. So it's responding to me. It's responding to something. Does it make sense, guys? Now, how do I create another URL? Let's create another one. App.get. Right. What should I say? So after the home page, other than the home page, what kind of shall we call it Julia? Call it Julia. Right. So what's the second parameter? Second argument. Request response. I can make this shorter by just typing REQ and RES. So whichever you like. And then send a message saying, hello, 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 Julia. Right. Oh, guys, I have this problem. I mean, it's annoying, right? I have to, in order to make my changes, I always have to kill this server and restart it again, right? I have to press Control C all the time. It's just cumbersome. What's this? Do you know any other solutions to prevent that from happening again? Right, there is a module called NodeMon. Have you guys heard of it? Yeah, NodeMon. So basically, it's a very useful module that will automatically restart your server whenever you make a change. So I want to install NodeMon. So npm install NodeMon. Again, might take a few seconds.
Why does it stop then?
So because once you make a change, it won't, because, okay, so say for example, I'm running node app.js. Once I make a new change, it will just stay like that. So we need something else. We need another module called NodeMon to actually help us restart the server automatically. Yeah. And also we need to install another module called npm install npm run. So basically, it will run the app and also the start at the same time.
Just on the back end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's have a look. So NodeMon is installed, npm run is always installed. Now, I want to create a script. So normally, when you start your React app, you type in npm start, right? But I want to start the backend now. So what I want to do is, I want to type in start backend. I can call it whatever I want. I can call it backend actually. Let's call it backend. So in order to run backend, I just need to type in NodeMon, and then the file of the app.js. So that's all I need to do. So NodeMon and app.js. Now, how do I start the backend? So normally you type in npm start. How do I run the backend? Yeah, so npm run backend. So there you have it. So here we have NodeMon running, and it will restart my server anytime, whenever I make a new change. So if I go to, so is that running? Yeah, that's fine. So if I want to change Sumi, I don't like her anymore. I'm joking. I want to type in Florin. So if I restart it, Florin. So I don't need to type in node app.js every time, which is annoying. So it will restart my server every time. Okay, guys. Any more questions? Any questions? So that's the basics of Node.js and Express. So I'm just basically telling you the basics for now. Yeah. Any questions? Sumi? You okay? Is it Paula? Paulina? You seem quite quiet.
Taking notes.
So yeah, well done guys. Your very first server created.
Deserve a beer now. Not us.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Matt, are you okay? So it's very basic stuff, but I will get into more details next week. So next week will be more intensive. So I'm gonna like pick with your brains a bit. Okay?
That will be.
All right. Cheers, guys.